Okay, hello friends. I think I am audible and visible both. Okay, now, yes, I'm audible. So, here in this session, I'm going to talk about the first block. Means I will introduce the first block of MMPC-17, that is Advanced Strategic Management, and then after I will explain one by one all units of this block, and then after I will move on to other blocks also. So let's go to the first block here. As you can see on your screen, the first block, that is Introduction to Corporate Management. So what is this corporate management? So in this block, uh, okay, hold on. Yes, here you can see here in this block what we are going to discuss. We will discuss about the corporate management. Okay, which includes an overview of corporate planning, the concept of corporate planning, the various steps involved in corporate planning process, and the benefits and the prerequisites of the corporate planning are discussed here. So it also explains the concept and the features of corporate policy, what different policies corporations use for their organizations, the scope and the need for corporate policy, and the various steps involved in the formulation of corporate policy are also dealt here. Finally, it discusses various types of corporate policies and the role and the significance of corporate policy in corporate management. So basically here we will deal with in the first unit, that is the introduction to corporate management. So as you can see here, okay, okay, hold on, there you have the first unit, as you can see, that is corporate management. Okay, here you have the first unit, that is the corporate management, and the second unit you have corporate policy. So first we will move on to this first corporate management, and then we will move on to the second unit, that is corporate policy. Now let's go in to this. Okay, let me change. Okay, now the color of the pen also okay, no issue. Corporate management, an overview. What is this corporate management? Corporate management here in the context of strategic management, corporate management has three dimensions. So the first dimension here given, the first dimension of the corporate management, that is corporate planning. So the first step, that is the corporate planning. The second thing is implementation of corporate plans. So whatever corporate plan you do, so you have to implement. So the second one, that is implementation of corporate plan, and the third one, that is given evaluation of control, sorry, evaluation and control of corporate plans. So one by one I will explain into details about corporate planning, implementation, and then evaluation and control of corporate plans also. So as you can see, that is the 1.2, this the second 1.2, this one here I'm talking. Okay, I think I should change the color of my pen, so let's change it. So what different colors are possible, and okay, orange. Okay, I think this color will be, or I think I should change something. Okay, green. Okay, okay, where I was explaining about this, yes, nature and the scope of corporate management. So first here it is given the nature, so nature of corporate management. So it encompasses the entire management process. Okay, corporate management encompasses the entire management process, means each and every kind of management process comes under corporate management. The second one, that is, it is concerned with the choice of alternatives. Okay, choice of alternatives, determination of future course of actions. The choice of alternatives for any kind of operations, choices need to be made. Okay, so that's why various alternatives should be analyzed, and after analyzing those all alternatives, final decisions should be made. So here given determination of future course of action. So what different future course of actions organizations will make, that also should be decided in the corporate management. Mobilization of resources, means how to use the resources present in the organization. Deployment of resources according to the requirement, and getting the efficient utilization of resources present in the organization. And then the third one you have here, third one here, it is both short term and the long term. Corporate management process, it is both the short term and the long term, and that it involves at all levels of the management. Okay, involves at the all levels of the management. Fifth, you have included the following phases, or you can say phases. Here you have so the first one, that is given corporate planning. The second one, here you have, okay, let me draw here. So this one is the first, this is the second, and this one is the third. In first, corporate planning. Second, implementation issues in corporate plan. So what different issues may arise when we implement a corporate plan. And the third one, it is the evaluation and control, means we evaluate what different kinds of corporate plan we have implemented. So after implementing any kind of corporate plan, we need to analyze that whether that implemented corporate plan worked in a way that it was intended or not. If it worked according to the intended plan, then it is okay, and if it is not, then some kind of modification needs to be made. So sixth, given that it is concerned with coping uncertain future. Okay, color should what given, it should cope with uncertain future is uncertain, so coping that uncertain future involves corporate management. It is based on various kinds of plan. So various kinds of plans are involved in the corporate management, just like a strategic plan, functional plan, operating plan, organizational plan, etc. So these all different kinds of plans are involved in corporate management. So it is all pervasive and integrative. It means now here I'm talking the at eighth one, that is it is all pervasive and integrative. It means corporate management is present at all levels of the organization, or you can say at all levels of the management. Next you have the scope of corporate management. So corporate management is spread over different areas. In many different areas, corporate management is involved. So they are as follows. So the first that is given is the role of top management in corporate governance. The first given, the role of top management. So top management is involved in the corporate governance. So whenever there is corporate management, there the top managements are involved. The people at the, or you can say the managers at the top level, are involved in the corporate management process. So second given, the code of conduct, including audit committee, governance committee. So these all committees are present in the corporate management, or you can say corporate management involve these all things. So competitive scenario for domestic and global market. So corporate management also involve the competitive scenario and which are domestic and global. Market structure. So these sorry, competitive and global. Yes, that is done. Fourth one done. Fifth one here given, market structures and network externalities. Okay, here there should be no spacing, so remove it. Here, strategic enablers like IT, research and development, knowledge management, and innovation. So, corporate management involves this IT, this information technology, research and development, knowledge management, and innovation. Corporate management, here corporate social responsibility and include. So here corporate management also involve corporate social responsibility, and corporate management also involves philanthropy as a strategic choice. Okay, so overall we can say the in these all cases, okay, means whether it is top management, code of conduct, competitive scenario for domestic and global market structure, strategic enablers like IT, research and development, knowledge management, and innovation, corporate social responsibility, including ethics. Means in these all cases, corporate management is involved. So here, corporate planning. Okay, so there it was. Corporate management has three dimensions. The first dimension it is corporate planning. The second dimension it is implementation of corporate plan, and the third dimension that is given evaluation and control of corporate plans. Okay. So the first that is the corporate planning. So that's we are going to deal here. Corporate planning. So corporate planning is a comprehensive planning. So now you see that is a comprehensive planning which involves continuous formulation of objectives and guidance of affairs towards their attainment. So here it is the comprehensive planning process. So corporate planning is a comprehensive planning process which involves continued formulation of objectives and the guidance. Okay. So here is a continuous is a comprehensive planning process. So if I highlight, then it will become easier to understand. Now here I converted that into the word a comprehensive planning process. So corporate planning is the comprehensive planning process which involves continued formulation of objectives and the guidance. So corporate planning process involves the following step. The first step, that is the formulation of a strategic intent, means what the organization wants to do. So that intent here, it is being formulated in the first step. That is the first step. In the second step, environmental appraisal. So environmental appraisal means in the external or in the internal environment, what different possibilities are there. For example, in case of external environment, what different kinds of threats are present, or what different kinds of opportunities are present. So those things are analyzed. And in the same way, in case of internal environment, strength and weaknesses of the organization are analyzed, and according to the strength of the organization, these steps, or you can say planning, should be done. So that is about the environmental appraisal. The third one, it is generation of a strategic alternatives. So if the organization, when analyzing internal or external environment, so after analyzing the external environment, the organization can get the what different possibilities or what different kinds of opportunities are present in the external environment. According to that, different kinds of a strategy can be uh, formulated, or you can say can be generated. In the same way, according to the strength of the organization also, so whether the organization is able to catch that kind of opportunity present in the external environment. If the organization is able to catch that opportunity in the external environment due to the strength present in the internal environment of the organization, then on the basis of this strength and the opportunity present, organization can create or generate the strategic alternatives. So what different possibilities are there with the organization. And then the fourth one, that is the evaluation of alternative. Then those alternatives should be evaluated, that if alternatives generated going to work, if strategy alternatives are going to work for the organization in a positive way, then in that case that particular uh, plan or that kind of a strategy should be accepted, and those which are not going to work, those strategies should be uh, not accepted. So that's why the fifth one given, decisions in terms of a strategy, policy and program. So after evaluation of alternatives or strategic alternatives, so decisions should be made whether to accept a particular strategy or not, and what kind of policies should be framed, and what different kinds of programs should be started so that it will be advantageous for the organization. So benefits given. So benefits of corporate planning, that is the first benefit, that it ensures the rational allocation of resources. Second one given, improves coordination between various units of divisions. Third, you have significant improvement in the performance. Fourth, help the management in responding to dynamic environment. So if there is any kind of change in the environment, then in that case management is able to adjust the resources and other factors in the organization which make them to survive. So a sense of making systematic and critical review of business is developed. Means a systematic and critical review of the business is also made in this. So this develops a visionary approach. So these are the benefits of corporate planning. Next, you have reasons attributed to the failure of corporate planning in Indian organizations. In Indian organizations, corporate planning has failed. Why corporate planning has failed in the Indian organization? The reasons are given. The first reason for the failure of corporate planning, that is failure to keep corporate planning system simple. Means Indian organizations are not able to, or were not able to keep the corporate planning system simple. So that lack of simplicity in the corporate planning make this corporate planning to fail in the Indian organization. Second, you have failure to develop awareness about corporate planning process in the organization. Means organizations failed to develop awareness among organizations. Corporate planning tries to do all planning itself. So here corporate planning tries to do all kind of planning by itself. So that is the third. And the fourth, chief executives gives planner a low status. So chief executives of Indian organizations give planner a low status, so that's why their value, they are not that much valuable in the organization, and that's why the plans created by them are not accepted by all, or it may be possible that due to low status of the planners make the plan to be accepted in a half-heartedly manner. Failure to modify corporate plan, so that is the fifth one, that is Indian organization failed to modify the corporate planning system. And the sixth one, you have planner has only a part-time interest in the planning. Planner has only the part-time interest, and then you have conflict between available soft databases and managers' need for hard answers. Top management becomes so engaged. So the last here it is given, top managers spend less time in the corporate planning process, but they should give more time in the planning process. but they don't. So that's why, that is also the reason why corporate planning in Indian organization failed. So prerequisites here given, prerequisites for success in corporate planning. The first is totally committed and involved like chief executives. So chief executives should be totally committed and involved. Second given, participation of executives. So executives should be involved in the planning process and the implementation also. Process continuous basis. So that planning process should be, means corporate planning process should be continuous. It should not stop or it should not be intermittent. It should be continuous if it has to succeed. And the fourth given, provide direct. Executive must understand the real purpose of corporate planning is provide direction. So that means executives should understand that the purpose is to provide direction. So these are the prerequisites, means corporate planning provide direction, that should be understood by the executives. Continuous base, or you can say there should be continuous planning, and there should be continuous change in the basis according to the changes in the dynamic environment. Then you have participation of those executives who would be responsible for implementation. Okay, means executives should be participated in the corporate planning process. The chief executive must be totally committed and involved in the corporate planning process.